Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. And today I am doing full deck challenge for week 4. And for this one, I believe the prompts that I'm using are light green, yellow, glitter, ocean, texture, and ribbon. I left my list over there. I am over here, so I'm doing that off the top of my head. So I'm using a card that I cut up that has some light green on it and a bit of blue as well, because one of the prompts is ocean. I thought that is a good card to use. And then for texture, I've got some opaque Tim Holtz texture paste, some yellow paint to meet yellow, and I'm putting some bluey tealy glitter in with it as well. And I'm mixing it all around, and I've got that sort of shell stencil off to the side there, which I thought looked like seashells that you get, and I thought I will just use this sort of texture paste that I've made yellow and glittery and put that through this stencil for some background. And the full deck challenge is hosted by Shana over at Shanuki Art, and this is the 4th year she's doing it. It's the 1st year I am doing it, and this year is a mashup, so you can choose whichever prompts you want to use from the last 3 years for this week. So I try and use as many as I can, and what calls to me. How cool does that yellow texture paste look? And in real life as well with the glitter, it looks super cool as well. So I was really pleased with how that turned out. And of course, because I'm grunging up my background there, I thought I would just leave the... Oh, my tumble dryer's finished. Leave the other side of the print on there as well. And I thought I would heat gun my texture paste to give it that sort of... it like expands the texture paste a bit, so it makes it look kind of cool. And that was another one of the prompts was person. So I end up using that young lad with that little hat on, not the mustache guy with the other hat on. And I've gone in a bit of a direction of this guy has decided that he wants to go diving, deep sea diving. So he gets one of those diving masks, like that old mask there, and he's leaning up against it while he imagines all the things that he's going to see in the ocean. And then I'm just doing a little cluster of stickers of ocean things, and I'll put a light green ribbon on it. And as I was cutting this out, I found a lobster, and it reminded me of when I was young, and my dad used to work on boats. He would be on call a lot. He was an engineer, so he would be on call a lot, and he'd have to go out in the middle of the night sometimes and fix these boats' radars quite far away sometimes, or out in the day and things. And he would come home, and obviously he would come home, but he would come home, and sometimes it was in a day when I had been at school that day, and I would come home from school, and it wasn't unusual for me to come home from school and there'd be lobsters running around my kitchen floor. Or I would go up to the bathroom and there would be live prawns in the bath just chilling. Because sometimes they would just, they would have been doing their fishing and things. They were fishing boats. So they would have loads and loads of lobsters, crabs, prawns, etc. And sometimes they would give some to my dad to take home with him. I wasn't a fan. I was certainly not a fan of coming home from school and seeing lobsters running around the kitchen floor. I'm also not a fan of the taste of lobster or crab. I don't mind prawns occasionally. So yeah, I was never really that thankful for that, but my mum and dad really enjoyed them. And of course they were fresh as well, but we won't go into too much of that. So as I have been with these card-based challenges, I will be putting this onto a card, a birthday card or another occasion card, for somebody when that comes up. And you can probably guess who it's going to be for based on that memory I just shared. But I thought it was really cool. That's one of the Tim Holtz paper dolls. I don't often use paper dolls. I don't often use people in my makes, but sometimes it does call for them. And he was leaning up against something and he just perfectly leant up against that mask. So he's thinking about when he puts on that mask and he's going into the ocean, and that if you zoom in on his hat, it almost looks a bit like a sailor's hat. And he's going into the ocean and he's going to see all these shells and lobsters and unusual fish and all sorts of things. So that's what I decided to do for this one. So I hope you like what I'm making here. That bit of ribbon that I'm putting along the side, again for light green, it is, I think it came off of a bouquet of flowers or something I was given. And I've still got some of it left. It's a massive bit of ribbon. And then, of course, the glue goes through it, but it's okay because I'm going to stick this guy on there anyway. But yeah, this will then get stuck onto the front of a card and be given to a certain person for their birthday or their Father's Day. So yeah, I actually enjoyed doing this. It's very out of my, let's say, wheelhouse, if we're going on the nautical theme. Very out of my wheelhouse to do things like this. But I had, I think it was my sticker book of curiosities, or whatever it's called, that I got these sea-based stickers out of. I do actually have like a cut and collage book for the ocean, but that was upstairs and I wasn't upstairs, so luckily I found these. And actually I really like how these are because it's more kind of oldie worldy. So it's kind of, it's Loki's sighing at me. It's like, I like the background is like bright and colourful and things, and then the like embellishments are more muted and olden day-ish. So I quite like that contrast. So thanks again to Shana over at Shanuki Art for hosting this fun challenge. I'm having a lot of fun making these little cards. And if you did enjoy this video, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. I will be back again soon with something else. And in the meantime, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.